the channel from the original superheroes and NECA, we've got Ming.
The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another NECA unboxing and review. And today we've got something entirely different here on the channel. From the original superheroes, we've got Ming. But for all your other Ming needs and original superhero needs and NECA needs, hit up Big Bad Toy Store. Link in the description below. So Ming comes to us today from a hot game of clearance thanks to that old outlaw Waylon Jennings, getting this for around 15, 16 bucks, something like that, at Walmart on discount. I've been saying it ever since I saw these. I'd like to have a set of these guys, even though I'm not the biggest fan of these original superheroes, and I really don't know Ming a whole lot. I know the Flash Gordon movie, of course, as a kid, but outside of that, I really don't know much Flash Gordon. There was a cartoon, not a big fan of him, but I was a big fan of him when he was a pitcher for the Kansas City Royals, Tom Flash Gordon. He was a great pitcher at the time. But Ming never really did a whole lot for me, but cool enough to stand out on the Walmart pegs. But like I said, I'm not paying $34 for one of these. $17 is enough to be dangerous, and that's what we did here. So I'm not sure what my expectations are with this. Not sure exactly where I'm going to put this in my collection, but we'll see. But as we do know, there is tons of different versions of these Mings. I've basically lost count at this time. There is a current Flash Gordon Ming 2-pack at Walmart that looks really good, but is pricey. Of course, we got this one, and I think maybe even 2 other versions of Ming. So we talk about all these companies all the time. These are no different with NECA. Got to get the most out of your molds, and I think in all honesty, you take that business step back. These don't sell like Marvel Legends. These don't sell like Ninja Turtles. You go to a lot of the Walmarts, these are hanging pretty high and tight right now. We'll see. They're trying to do the old grocery adage of stack it high and watch it fly, and that doesn't work as much as it used to back in the day. But we'll see, and of course we're going to do this unboxing like we do all the other unboxings on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging, we're going to talk about it, we're going to unbox it, we're going to talk about it, and we're going to see where it goes from there. So without further ado, let's look at these original superheroes, or should it be supervillain in this case. But there he is, the old monster Ming, straight out of the Dungeon and Doom in WCW, maybe not. Original superheroes, little glamour shot. What's that say? Flash Gordon, Ming the Merciless, 33 points of articulation. Take that, McFarlane, in your 22, I think is what they're saying. But there it is, big window box, a lot going on in there. Okay packaging. Out of all these that we've seen, this is one of the better versions as far as packaging goes to me. Got the big J hook at the top here. Flash Gordon, the original superheroes right there on the side. And then you get Flash Gordon. He is number 3 in the set, of course. And then there it is, the old back. You got a little glamour shot, a little tail of the tape, a little cheap plug, some accessories, all that kind of stuff. Let's dive in, see what's on the back of the package here, see if it says anything good. Our story follows the adventures of the world-famous athlete, Flash Gordon, who is transported to the strange and hostile planet Mongo. Rough this time of year. Ruled by the sinister Emperor of the Galaxy, Ming the Merciless. Hell-bent for leather, like a young Rob Halford, on conquering the universe and destroying anything standing in his path. Aided by his companions Dale Arden and the brilliant Dr. Zarkov, Flash is on an epic and never-ending space adventure to save the universe using only his human strength, courage, and wisdom. This figure is based on the original depiction of Ming in Alex Raymond's True Masterpiece series. The original superheroes line of figures is NECA's loving tribute to the giants of comic books and pop culture. I get it a little bit, I guess. But, you know, Flash Gordon movie, I remember as a kid of the 80s, of course, it was always on, like, USA and all these shows all the time. And I remember watching it probably once all the way through and then bits and pieces from there. I'm going to be honest, it didn't light my world on fire as a very young, impressionable kid. I mean, Flash, whoa. The Queen song is probably the most memorable thing for me. Maybe you guys are in the same boat, I don't know. But we do have the Phantom, the Ghost Who Walks, as some might say. He is number 1 in this set. And the Phantom, of course, played by a young Billy Zane back in the day. And I never watched that movie. I had no interest, so I never did see it. But I know the Phantom enough to be dangerous, maybe. And then you get Flash Gordon, King of the Impossible. He is number 2. Of course, repaints running wild on these guys. Like I said, I'll pick up them on clearance, but we'll see if that day ever comes. I'm not real sure. They also are promoting on the bottom here, Lothar, Mandrake the Magician. Sign me up all day long. I'm a day 1 buyer for Mandrake the Magician. That's one thing that's been missing from my action figure collection is a magician. Yeah, it's time. I need a magician out there. You got Flash Gordon the Phantom, and then Ming the Merciless. So we got more repaints to come, so stay tuned for those. You Flash Gordon fans, you're living in just a dream world right now with all these different ones. But without further ado, let's get them out of the package. Enough jibber jabber, as a young Mr. T used to say. Let's see what's going on with this Ming the Merciless here. Uh-oh. There it is. There's the box. Nothing too fun there. See you later. Up high, goodbye. Got a little Celica salt, or whatever this is called. Do not eat. Throw away. I don't know. Lemmy really enjoys these, so I usually just throw them like a treat to him, but not really. Plastic prison for old Ming the Merciless. Look at that. We got a lot more accessories than I was anticipating. I didn't look real deep into it, but there he is in the plastic prison. Of course, he's got a twist tie, and of course, he's got a cape on. As we all know, we're in the thick of cape season currently. I've been saying that for like 8 months, and I've decided cape season's a year-round event, apparently, at this point. As we see Lando Calrissian on about every peg, even more so than Ming the Merciless. We see him around a lot, but we see Lando around even more, if that is possible. And right now, we're in the beautiful time in the store pegs right now, as if you're really lucky and you catch the store at a right day, you might even be lucky enough and fortunate enough to see yourself a triple Lando. Yes, a triple Lando. It's one of the greatest things in life. Once you see it, it'll change your life forever. You'll be able to tell your grandkids one day, oh, I saw the triple Lando. Why can't I get any of this out of the package? What is going on here? There it is. Maybe some of it. Getting closer, guys. Getting closer. But the triple Lando is a beautiful thing. I would challenge each of you guys that are figure hunters or claim to be figure hunters to get out there, look for the triple Lando, document the process, see you later up high, and then you'll be able to have something, like I said, to tell your grandkids and everybody else about the old triple Lando. All right, let's break all this mess down here. We got a lot of accessories to hit up, and we're going to start right here with this little blaster. Nice little blaster here. It's almost like a black with blue accents to it. I mean, you can barely see the blue, but boy, if you get it right in the right light, it looks really, really good. This is a very nice blaster. Very sci-fi-esque, of course, Ming the Merciless being a sci-fi character. Yeah, sure, makes sense to me. We break it down to his sword here. Of course, any ruler that has a cape should also have probably a sword of some kind. I'm not sure if that's a jewel on the end. Yeah, it's a jewel. I was going to say, I was hoping it was a little piece of blood. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. But no, it's little jewels at the end of the tip there. Almost like a feather kind of handle going on there. Nice teal color. You got the silver blade against the gold here. And then you got the black handle. But of course, this looks like a guy that would carry a sword around and kind of point his way and on guard some people. Who knows? And then, of course, you get a nice, what do you call these things? A sheath? Is that what it's called? A sheath? You can put the sword in here. Does match along very well. It's kind of a tealish green color against some gold. And you just put this bad boy right in there, slide it on in, and oh man, you're off to the races all day long. I like that they got like a real chain going on here, a real gold chain on there. That looks really, really good. So there it is. And then we get down to some hands. Ming is here to fight. He's not here for just a shakeout or a friendly gesture. He's here to fight because he's got 2 fists on him. He's got 2 fists of fury, so you guys know I do appreciate that. Then the other hands we get here, we get kind of a little pointing, little ring-fingered hand. Doing one of these kind of things, almost like a come here type deal. He's got long fingernails. I don't know if he's doing a lot of coke. Who knows? You never know. He might be getting into a little of that booger sugar. You never know with Ming. He's a wild man. But we got that very kind of old, decrepit hands here. Those are those 2. And then we get the crazy maniacal hands. I don't know what he's going for here. He's almost trying to throw up the old horns like a young Ronnie James Dio. And then, of course, you do get that ring once again. And then we get another kind of come hither hand. So some interesting hands here. Who knows what Ming's up to with those. Then it seems to be some effect pieces. And I am assuming this goes on the end of the gun. And I believe it does. I believe it does. I don't know what to believe. I don't know what to believe. Am I being lied to? I don't know. I assumed this went on the end of the gun, but it doesn't look like it's got the... Or maybe I just got to push it a little harder. But boy, is it very sharp on the end here. Really digging in, but there it is. You got to really push it, and boy, those are some sharp spikes there. Very interesting. This is something we haven't really seen, at least that I haven't seen in a long time, is something like this. Really looks like he's blasting out, and you put this right against somebody's chest, like he's shooting them right in the chest. That is a pretty cool effect piece. And then you got a more traditional effect piece right here. Once again, very sharp on those things. Man, they hurt, so you got to play around with it a little bit, but always cool to get some effect pieces on your blasters. But that looks really cool. I'll probably display him with one of these going at least. I think that does look really good. Now we break down the old Ming finger, the Ming finger. Let's break his fingers down. But no, his figure here. So very interesting. Almost looks like kind of some kind of... He doesn't look like a leader as much as he looks like kind of like a minion for somebody. Almost looks like an army builder type character. Very, very interesting look to him. But boy, this feels pretty nice in hand, at least first impressions. It kind of gives you like a Marvel Legends type vibe kind of feel. A little different than the traditional NECAs. But a very, very good looking figure. But I just don't have an attention of Ming over the years. You can plug this bad boy, this sword holder, goes right on the side of his belt, so you can plug that in. I wanted to make sure I said that up front. I don't like how his gun holster is in the front like this. I always prefer it on the side. He's a wild man, though. He's going to put it on the front, apparently. But let's start at the head on this one. We'll talk about both heads, then we'll move on to the articulation of the body. He's got an interesting hat on, kind of a big like mohawk type thing going on. That greenish skull cap. Very kind of old... I don't know if he's an elf or what he is. He's got the pointed ears. Maybe he's a Vulcan. Maybe he's related to Spock. Who knows? And of course, he does have a goatee, which usually means a long goatee like this. Usually means the guy's up to no good, is what I know. And then he's got some dark ugliness to his face. Definitely looks like a bad dude. If you look at this guy, you know he's a bad guy from the get-go. You do get an alternate head with him. Bald head and showing a little bit of teeth here. More decrepit here. This almost looks like a decrepit Dr. Mindbender from G.I. Joe is what this reminds me of. But I think I'm going to keep the stock head on there, at least for now, but we'll see. We'll show them all in the glamour shots, as we always do. Of course, NECA toys, be careful with them right out of the package. They can't break. Sometimes you probably should heat them up. But breaking down the rest of the figure here, he's got kind of a gold cone around here. It almost looks like a sea creature wrapped around there. And he's got some nice shoulder pads and the same kind of gold going on. And then, of course, you get down to his green cape, his tribute to Lando Calrissian, all connected right here. The cape is not removable. Articulation-wise, a lot of articulation. Like I said in the box, 33 points of articulation. Shoulders up, down, all around like a usual shoulder would be. Nothing gets in the way. Nothing is hindered. Bicep cut, double-jointed elbows, pins in the joints. They're not pinless. Hands removable, of course. He's got the golden gloves and forearm things, so if you want him with gloves on, you can, or you can give him his regular hands if you choose that route. He's got an ab crunch, but I gotta say this ab crunch doesn't really do a whole lot. Well, better than I thought, actually. So you can get a pretty good forward. Back is a little bit more cumbersome. You can get a little bit, but you can get a little bit of crunch with him, so he's got some ab crunch. The holster does kind of bother me a little bit. Maybe I can spin it a little. I don't know. It's just not lined up the way I want it to be, but I'm sure it's accurate. He does got a little bit of a diaper going on, but it is not soft like a McFarlane. It is hard. Splits, he can get about that far on the old splits. Double jointed knees on this guy, no thigh cut going on. He does have the boot cut though. So he does have that, and then ankle articulation, very good ankle articulation, very smooth. And then he's got the toe articulation like a young McFarlane Toys. Looks really good there. Does he fit on a ringside collectible stand? That's always a good gold standard check. And man, he fits like a glove, like he was born to be on one of these bad boy stands. These are the Mattel stands I'm using, and of course, use discount code Kyle, save 10% on your stands. But not too shabby for what it is. For 15, 16, 17 bucks, I feel like this is a warranted pickup for me. You could mix him with your Marvel Legends, throw him with Shredder and the Turtles, so you could be some kind of turtle movie villain if you wanted to do that. Throw him with your other NECA stuff. We'll see if I ever find the Phantom and Flash Gordon at clearance. If I do, you could put those together, of course. I'm definitely getting Mandrake the Magician. I'll pay $34 for a wild magician like that. Who knows what he could do in my display cases. But I'll pick those up. But for 17 bucks, let's just call it 17, I think this warrants a pickup. Obviously, if you have a fondness for Ming, a fondness for the movie, fondness for this line, it's probably worth more than that to you. But for me, got to get a deal. I feel like I did. But what say you guys out there in YouTube land? You pick up Ming? You pick up any of these? Did you enjoy Flash Gordon movie? Let me know in the comments down below. And of course, you made it this far, you might as well like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the old notification bell, and check out the Patreon link in the description below where you can get this video much earlier, bonus content, exclusive content, and don't forget giveaways. And of course, you get to support the channel. You can also support the channel at ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson, pick up a t-shirt, and then hit me up, follow along over there on social media, all kinds of stuff being posted over there. Check out SirPaul64 on Twitter, _Kyle_Peterson on Instagram. So for Ming the Merciless, I am Kyle, and I will see you guys all real soon.